going on? It's Sir Jotos, and as you can tell from the title, we have Commodore Guff. Planeswalker Party. I love me some Planeswalkers. I love them so much. I have every single one of them. I don't mean like all these special editions, whatever, but I have every single one of them. I have a library, like a binder for the ones I don't use. But in the meantime, I always had a Super Friends deck. Not Superman. I mean, Superman was kind of like Will Kenrith to me, because I mean that was like my very first Super Friends. Maybe Chandra. I did have Chandra, but the one I really loved was like Will and Rowan Kenrith. That was like my top. Like I love that deck. That was my favorite. And then I moved into Karth, the Lion, the Golgari one. But now we're going to go with Jeskai for a little bit, and then I'll see which one I think later on, what I think is better. I don't mean in this video. I mean, to me, honestly, this deck looks really fun. It seems really aggressive. You know, you could turn your Planeswalkers into flyers. You can turn them into dragons. I believe birds too. But I do like as far as the face commander of this versus Karth, I do like Karth a little better. You know, like if one of your Planeswalkers dies, you know, he does the thing. He you know, when he enters, he does the thing. But I do love that we have a Super Friends precon, and also the Super Friends commander face is actually a Planeswalker. So, you know, you're obviously gonna have like Super Friends synergy, stuff like that. And obviously you want to have a walker out, and having one in your commander at all times is obviously going to help. So we're going to open this thing. I might just, you know, look through it and stuff. I'm just kind of freestyling here. But we definitely go through those 10 new cards, I mean, including him, and actually get a review of what I think. Because, I mean, y'all gonna think different, right? I'm gonna say what I gotta say out of all those cards. Also, just saying too, there is 18 commanders that are walkers, planeswalkers as the head. I know there's the flip one, stuff like that, but that can be your commander that are planeswalkers, and I made every single one of them. So I feel like I have, you know, what I say, it should be important, you know what I mean? Like, I made every single one of them. It just got too much for me. I kind of stopped, but, I mean, everyone that comes out that's a Planeswalker, that's a commander, I'm definitely going to buy. But we're going to open this thing. I know there's also a pack of a collector's booster. I think it's still the 2 that they give, but this deck, I paid $83 with tax, and MSRP, you already know Wizards don't care about, but I mean I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do care about MSRP, but they just playing some games. $75 without tax is what people are playing around with. Like that's what is said, at least for this deck. And honestly, out of all decks, this is my favorite. I don't care about the other ones. I know they're a lot expensive and stuff like that, but I'm excited that this one wasn't expensive. Even though it was like $83, like I said. It should have been $40, but anyways, we gonna open this thing right now. Alright, so we gonna open this thing. And as you can see in my background, we got that boy, Sidar Jabari. To be honest, I built this deck, you know, I mean, I got the precon, obviously tweaked it. I'm gonna tweak this. And I just recently tweaked, well, I bought Atraxa. I haven't even played it yet, but the new Atraxa, I can't, Unify or something, Grand Unifier, I could be wrong. But anyways, I feel like this year has been really good to me commander-wise. Like, I built Atraxa because I built it ETB-wise, but Maybe I'll do a deck tech after, or even I'll even do Sidar if I feel like you guys really like it. I don't know if I get a lot of comments saying about it, but anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the boy Guff. All right, let's open this thing. I've been waiting all night to open this. I was figuring out how to do it and open it and maybe do something cool. I mean, I feel like I'm doing something cool anyways, but I didn't want to keep thinking. I just wanted to do, you know? But here we go. Here's the box. Let's see. I'm guessing the pack's inside. Oh, here's the pack. Commander Masters. Man, these like special packs be going crazy too. I'll open that after actually. I'm more excited for this. Unless I open something crazy in there. From this actual set, I know I want like... I still have Sir Gwen. I know I talk about her here and there all the time, but that doesn't make sense. But anyways, a lot of those equipment, Steel Shaper's Gift, like those type of cards are great. Did they put... All right, so I'm just gonna try to grab all the new cards and rate those. But just going through these, I'm sure you guys are kind of keeping up here. Did they just put them all together? I know there's 10 of them, so let's count if we have 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. All right, so obviously we'll just go with Guff first. He's obviously pretty cool. I like that he's obviously a planeswalker, as I mentioned, that can be your commander. He does a lot of things that you would want to do in a walker by just I feel like he's fair. Nothing too powerful, you know what I mean? He's powerful when you have a lot of walkers. He does help with, you know, his top ability. He creates a blocker that you can use for mana, and he also draws and deals damage. I do really like him. I do like him. Like, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like I feel that Karth... I'm comparing him a lot to Karth, obviously, because I feel like, at least for me, those two are like the creme de la creme, like, best walker decks. Like, you just want walkers, those are the decks to go with. Like, to me, just to me, you know? And it's cool that they're all, like, both of them are, you know, he's Jeskai, he's Golgari, they make all colors together. So, you know, if you can run both, honestly. And especially when I already have a Karth and then a lot of the pieces, you know, Chain Veil, stuff like that. Which obviously, like, just talking about the cards, a 10 of 10 card. And I love that they put it in here. Because if not, that card would have spiked to like $50, I feel. It's a good ad. But yeah, I do give Guff... I give him like a 9. I don't know, I still feel like there's something missing, even though everything that he does is something that I would want in a walker. All right, so let's go on Leori. He looks like a cool cat. You know, he does some things that are pretty cool too. Does he does? Hold on, let me read him very quick. Choose a planeswalker. Yeah, he does the choose the planeswalker type, and I know that's a new thing. I forgot what the card's called, but it starts with a D. It's in March of the Machine. Aftermath, I think. But he does, you know, like, if you have Teferis, you benefit from having all Teferis. Like, Planeswalker type is what the name is right here. Legendary Planeswalker Guff. Guff is the Planeswalker type. I mean, I think this card's pretty cool. I would like to see this go, like, this built, but I'm for sure not building this. I'm a lot more interested in Guff, so I would give this like an 8. Let's save the Planeswalkers for last. But Jaya's Phoenix, I do think it's pretty cool. I do like that you can bring it back, and I kind of really like this card, and I love that they did something for Jaya, even though she's deceased, R.I.P. Choosing, yeah, I like this card a lot. It's kind of a lot of mana, but you do get to get it back. Like, these are solid cards. Solid cards. This one, I just think that there's so much text into it. And my boy Guff looking evil as hell, I swear. Just from all this text right here, it's basically, I believe it's like a Chaos Warp, but for non-enchantments and non-land. And I don't remember if that's what Chaos Warp does, non-land, or is it just permanent? But either way, it's basically Chaos Warp, and for each player. I don't know. I'll have it just to have fun. It's a new card, but I feel like this is a card I will take off, even though it's Guff's signature spell. I give it like a 6. Who knows? I might be sounding stupid, and it's probably very good. Excuse me. Spark Shaper Visionary, 10 out of 10. Reason why I love that you could change your walkers into birds. I really love the Sharkon that they put in this deck too. 10 out of 10 for that card too. Where you can use your walkers as attackers, make them aggressive. You know, you're not doing anything with your walkers other than like, you know, if you can't protect them, they're going to get hit, you know. They're not going to last long. So cards like this make you a threat. All right, so we have the Oathkeeper, Anake. It's good that a first ability, you know, you have something that now people have, you're taxing for people to attack your walkers. So I really like that. And you get to bring something back to the battlefield, a walker, I mean. It's pretty good card. These are solid cards, like I said. This is great. Gatewatch Beacon. You know, when you bring a walker down, you know, it already has 3 loyalty ability. It's also taps for mana. Well, it taps for white. It's a pretty nice card. You know, when you proliferate, like, you can manipulate this for sure. It's a great card. We'll go with this guy. I know Garuk asked him. But honestly, the first time I seen this card, I'm like, wow, this is kind of trash. But that first ability, when I've heard people talk about it and stuff like that, it's actually pretty good. I honestly don't think these two, -7 is pretty, I don't know. People are overrating that. I feel like it's not that good. But who knows? Maybe I just don't know. But that +1 could help you a lot. Especially if you have a good hand and you're going to alt next turn or whatever. It's definitely a W. I'm not sure about this card, so I'll say a 7. I know I didn't even rate these cards. I think these cards, I said 10. This I'll give an 8. I think that bottom right here is kind of a lot, so I'll give it an 8, or 8 for Buddy. Gatewatch. This got to be like, you can't have no more like 2-drop mana rock, so that has to be a 10, you know. That's just fair magic, and it does some cool abilities. This guy, probably a 7. I just don't know a lot I don't know enough. I'm sure he could be a 10. I'm sure he could be a 5. So that's where he's at. Teo, I think this is a really good card, being 3 mana as well. You create a blocker, you know, you and targeted player can draw card like that. It could be bad, but you could barter, you know, with someone, you know, politics. And he also have the pramicon bottom there, you know. So I think this is a good card. Like, these cards are very good. I was thinking of buying just these 10 cards, but I saw them for $75. I'm like, let me just buy the deck. Let me just stop playing. But this Chandra, I love. This is probably my favorite card. Like, that top ability is so good. And then look at that number 1 too. That +1, so good. I don't even know the 0. Let me read it very quick. See, this is a very good card. This got to be my favorite. It's probably these two. These two are my favorites. And what's funny is that they can both go in Will and Rowan, and just in case I don't even like this deck, but I'm sure I will. But yeah, these are great cards. Very exciting. Surprisingly that these is the cheapest deck, like I said. I don't think it's strong compared to the other ones, and that's why. You have Eldrazi's, you have Slivers, and enchantments. Those are a lot of things people like, but this is what I love. I'm gonna put these on the side. I put these cards in order. I mean, not in order, but like, you know, I have my creatures right here, instants, sorceries, etc. Just want to go through some things like, we don't need this. This is good. This is good. This is great. I'm not sure if we need this, but I'm gonna say no. We don't need this. Pretty good. No. Yes. No. Yes. Maybe, but I'm gonna say no. This, no. So these are things I'm gonna keep in a deck. I'm sure I'll probably go through this and maybe like figure it out if I want to keep them or not. But honestly, I've been looking forward to this deck so much. I already kind of have my own list, and I actually had pramicon. Like I had pramicon as a replacement as the commander of him. I already had most walkers, so I only needed a little pieces for the deck, so I was running it for a little bit. But these are for sure I'm keeping in. All right, let's go through these instances. Man, there's not a lot in here. Let me straighten this up a little bit. These are not bad. I believe is that really it? Just 4? Let me just zoom in here very quick. Yep. There's only 4 instances. That's really bad. But these are not bad instances, to be honest. These are probably ones I would keep. This one is fire. Love that card. So I probably would keep all those and add more. Let's go through the sorceries, which is even light too. Sorry for shaking the screen. These are light 4 sorceries, so 8 spells in total. I mean, these are all, they're all spells, but since the sorceries 8, really bad. I probably would keep these 3. I don't know about this one. There's a lot more removal that is better than this, especially in Super Friends deck. I mean, it does. I know it helps walkers too. You know, each of those creatures can attack you or walkers. Sorry, guys, it's almost 12. I think it is 12 here, and I'm losing my voice. Not usually talking in videos like this, but anyways, I am pretty sure I would keep these and hold off on this. As far as reprints, this is the best one. This is a very good reprint. I'm glad that they reprinted it. Let's go through sorcery. I'm sorry. Artifacts. No. I'm leaning towards no. No. Everything else looks okay. I think these are stuff I would put in. Maybe I'll drop one of the signets. But everything else looks decent. It looks pretty nice. They did pretty good with those artifacts. Alright, let's go through enchantments. Just these. They're not bad. We can obviously add more. So I think that that card that starts with a D, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. I think it's an enchantment. That's something I would put in. Alright, let's go to the main part of this deck. I think it was even, there's not even a lot in here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 walkers? That's terrible. You don't want to have 14 walkers. I think I'm going to run 20, yeah, and then I'm running Mila as well. That flips into Luca. But obviously, yes, no. I'm going to say yes. Definitely. I think they just put all these 3 Jaces just because he's the face of Magic, and I don't really think that those should be in there. Same with Gideon. Elspeth is probably the best that they put in here. I didn't even talk about these actually. My bad. But obviously, I already said all these should be in the deck. Yes, yes, no, yes. And then we have our random card. I don't know why, man, they put this as one of the main, like, lands. It was expensive. I don't even think we need that. Let's see. Let me put these away. I love this card so much. It's probably in all my Planeswalker decks. I'm gonna say yes. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. I don't feel like we need this, but I would still put it yes. No. No. Definitely. No. 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 Yes. No. No. Is there no card? Okay. Was there a card in here? Did I just say? Oh, I'm so dumb. No. 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 Definitely. This is what I was thinking about. And yes. But I do think that they put a good amount of stuff here. Like, is it $80 worth of cards? Definitely not. I do not think that. It should have been, let's say 50, maybe 60, you know? But $80. Here's some of these tokens we have here. This is what I was excited to see. The wizards that he creates. Looks pretty cool. Oh, and they did, I think they tweaked the art or something, or made it clear or something, but looks good. All right, the main event. Let's see what we pull. Oh, this is bad. I'm sure this is probably expensive. At least it's a new card, I believe. Yeah, it is a new card. Maybe someone would want this. Obvious Mystic is a good card, but don't need it whatsoever. We just opened Guff and his boys and gals. Overall, regardless, having a Super Friends pre-con, I'm very excited. Do think the price is very steep, especially if someone like wants to get in Super Friends and they're expecting it to be $40. I know it's a premium, like Commander Masters is a premium set, but it should have been like $50, maybe 60, like 80. I feel like I got it at not even a good deal, but I just found it for that price. That's the lowest I found it, but people be charging 100, stuff like that. But this is just one I really liked. This is if you like the other like slivers and enchantments and what was the Eldrazi's, like, I mean, it's not really Eldrazi's, it's just the commander is Eldrazi. It's not Eldrazi tribal, but those are 100 plus. I think the enchantment, at least for now, is the best one. I feel like it's gonna spike because everyone's seeing that it's doing so good. But anyways, y'all love me. I love you. I'm gonna be playing some Guff. See you on the next video.